Welcome back to the Rockstarflipper YouTube channel. Thank you everybody for joining me. And I want to talk just a minute about the news from YouTube over the last 24 to 48 hours regarding the YouTube monetization program. Not generally a topic here on my channel, but I got asked by a lot of you guys and a lot of outside viewers that I don't typically hear from, is this going to affect my channel, my videos, my uploading, and some of your other favorite YouTubers in the reselling community, reselling niche, or other YouTubers in general that you watch? And for those of you that don't know, I'll give you a little bit of backstory. Sometime last year in 2017, I think it was during the summer or early fall, YouTube started requiring YouTube content creators and movie makers to achieve 10,000 lifetime views in order to monetize their channel. That means to be able to run advertisements in the hopes of getting paid. And then just last night, yesterday early, 24, 48 hours ago, YouTube upped the requirement to where you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 yearly annual watch hours, which means every 12 months, people need to spend 4,000 hours watching your content, which is 240,000 minutes. Now, at its core, that sounds like a lot of time. However, if you break it down over 12 months, it really only comes out to a couple of hundred views a day if you're achieving 4 and 5 minute watch times. Most people watch videos for 4 or 5 minutes, at least in our niche I seem to discover. My average view time is like 8 minutes. So essentially most people in our niche, in the reseller niche, shouldn't have too much of a problem achieving the watch time if they stick with it and they put out consistent material. I think that most of the people in this reseller community that make YouTube videos are not really getting paid. And if they are, it's not really a whole lot. Majority of the channels that are newer or smaller, if they have less than a couple thousand subs, which you'll be able to check their channels and see, you have to make $100 a month before you get paid out. It does roll, but I would venture to say most don't hit that number or barely hit that number. 90% of channels probably make less than $100 or $200 a month. It's certainly not enough to live off of, so it's my assumption that most of them would make YouTube videos to help you, to educate you, because they enjoy it, because it's fun, whether they get paid or not. They're hoping to get paid one day, or hoping to get paid a decent amount of money at some point. So I don't think that this YouTube change in policy is really going to affect too many of those channels right away or at all. Maybe a couple, but not really. The bigger channels, my channel, the Rake and Profits, the Lindy Glenn's, the Prof Sales, you know, the Rally Roots, the Side Hustle Pros, those channels are large enough that they're getting payouts and they're doing well, but those channels aren't living off of the ad revenue. None of us make enough money. None of us are, you know, Casey Neistat or Roman Atwood or Drama Alerts or Logan Pauls or any of those people. We're not large enough to be living off of this income. I would venture to say most of those channels make between a few $100s and $1,000 a month. Some of the bigger channels, bigger ad revenue channels, bigger CPMs, you know, possibly making between 1,000 and 2,000. There may be a few channels who make over $2,000 a month in ad revenue. And this is why most of the channels, especially as they get larger, start creating things like Patreon and merchandise and groups and courses and mentorship. And that's fine. I've never had a problem with people making money off products or courses or whatnot. I never did it until November, December of this year. That was the very first time I ever charged for any kind of thing, which is my VIP group over on Facebook. I've sold shirts because people asked for it, but not because I wanted to sell shirts. I made shirts for myself because I wanted shirts and people asked for it. And honestly, I don't really make any money off the shirts. Like $5 a shirt, I've probably sold a couple hundred shirts. So you can do the math over the last year. But that is the reason why people do have other streams of income, because the ad revenue is not enough to live off of. So I don't think the YouTube policies are really going to affect this community, this niche. Maybe it'll discourage some people from, you know, continuing on and trying to hit those numbers. It's not really going to change any of the YouTubers that you watch in the reselling community. It's probably not going to change most of the YouTubers that you watch. If you watch a content creator who has a couple thousand subscribers, 5,000, 10,000 subscribers, if they're getting more than a couple hundred views a day, they're probably making some sort of income. They're monetized. They're over those requirements. If they're not, then just keep an eye on their channel, watch their videos, give them as much love as you can, subscribe to them so they can get 1,000 subscribers, watch their videos from beginning to end so they get as many minutes as possible. If there's a new reseller or content creator or YouTuber that you think has great content, share their stuff on your social media. Encourage others to subscribe to them. And the other biggest thing you can do to help, content creators like myself or everybody else is to always, don't just jump on people who try to come up with other streams of income like merchandise and groups and things of that nature. It is our time, and it takes a lot of time to, produce these videos, to create content, to edit it, to post it, to respond to comments, respond to emails, respond to messages. So if we do create something that costs money, if it has value, then awesome. If you want a shirt from us, awesome, great. You don't have to, but by all means, if you can, and you're in a position to, thank you, we appreciate it. And this YouTube thing's not gonna affect me very much. Obviously I have more than 1,000 subscribers. I get millions of hours a month in watch time. So I'm okay, I'm gonna be fine. I appreciate you guys spending all the time to come watch my videos, and I hope that they do help you. But if there is a smaller YouTuber that you watch, whether it's in the reselling niche or somewhere else, just give them some support, help them out, encourage them, tell them to keep going whether they're getting paid or not. Because a lot of people do genuinely create YouTube channels simply because we love making videos. I enjoy the process of it. I enjoy, talking to you guys. I enjoy doing one-on-ones. I enjoy all the things that come along with being here on YouTube. Of course, there's, the negative side of it and the trolls and the hate, but none of that will ever outweigh the positives of being able to come on here every day and reach out to all of you and have you guys and girls reach back to me. That is like genuinely the reason why I do YouTube, because there's 99% awesome people here. And remember, I went 7 months back in the day. I mean, what, 2.5, 3 years ago? 7 months of creating videos, and I want to say it was 120 or 140 videos before I received 1 cent from YouTube. 7 months of not making videos. So if you are a new YouTuber, if you're getting discouraged, just stick with it. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, it takes effort. You have to treat it almost like a second job. Because it is a job, it's work, and that's what happens when you work, you get paid. If you don't work, you don't get paid. If somebody hired you for a job and you only showed up half the time, showed up late, slept and napped during the work, they're not gonna pay you, they're gonna fire you. And so that's what YouTube is essentially saying. If you wanna get paid, you wanna be rewarded for doing your content, then make sure that you put the work and the effort in and show us that you're serious. So I just wanted to cover that. Nobody be scared. I'm not going anywhere. I don't suspect any of your other bigger YouTuber resellers are going anywhere anytime soon. And I actually expect a lot of newer YouTubers to push really hard and get some great content up in order to reach the limits so that they can, start reaping some of the rewards of YouTube. If you've considered making a YouTube channel, don't let the new requirements discourage you from starting. Just know that it's gonna be, you gotta put your time in 6 months, 12 months till you're gonna end up getting paid, unless you get really lucky or you're collabing and getting shout outs. It takes work, and it still takes work even with those things. So just keep that in mind. I went 7 months before getting 1 cent from YouTube. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate the emails and questions about the topic. I'll link the story down below from YouTube. There's tons of stuff. You can look it up all over YouTube and Google and the internet. Twitter, it's blown up over the last 24 hours. Huge story. But not a real big deal for me, not a real big deal for most of the community. We'll be okay. And we appreciate all the support from all of you that come watch us and spend time with us. So thank you guys. Have a wonderful Thursday, and I'll see you next time.